Hey, Lawrence, Rob Wolchek from Fox 2. Hey, you want to answer some questions for me?
This is the CEO of DNA Labworks, and he's perfected the science. The science of tricking people out of their cash.
What do you got in those envelopes? More money from ripping people off?
You've heard of Dr. Frankenstein? This guy's more like Dr. Frankenscam.
You don't have any jobs to offer, do you?
His experiments in scamology start with people like Heidi
I just graduated in May.
and Lakina.
I really want to be a forensic scientist or a criminalist.
These Metro Detroiters each posted their resumes online, looking for jobs.
And they got them, so they thought. Both ladies were contacted by a company called DNA Labworks of Indianapolis. They had good-paying jobs. The girls were real excited. That is until they were asked if they had their DNA forensic certificates.
Neither had ever heard of such a thing, but they went onto the company's website to find out how they could get the certificate and get those jobs.
The study material was $124. The test is $129.
That's right, you gotta pay to take the test, and you gotta pass to get the job. Take a look. It says right on their website, if you want this job, you gotta have their certificate.
I've never heard of having to pay for a test to be hired by a company.
Dr. Mary Lou Caspers runs the biochemistry department at the University of Detroit Mercy. They offer bachelor degrees, but not any kind of forensic certificate. In fact, she's never even heard of it. Dr. Jay Siegel is the director of Forensic and Investigative Sciences at Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis.
They're being ripped off. I mean, that's the bottom line.
He got suspicious when some of his job-seeking students were contacted by DNA Labworks. So the professor contacted them.
We asked for information, sample tests, requirements. They wouldn't give us anything.
But I'm gonna get a test. Seems they'll give it to anyone who shells out the bucks. I'm gonna go get a money order for $129.95. I mail it off. Here we go. And a few days later, I get the test.
This looks like it was a cut and paste job from perhaps college exams.
There's a bunch of different fonts and questions about all kinds of stuff, like this one about rock types and fossils.
These questions are ridiculous. A lot of them have nothing to do whatsoever with forensic science. It's laughable. This is bogus.
Bogus or not, it's test time. DNA Labs only gives you 2 days to take the test, but I have the help of a friend here at the Michigan State Police Crime Lab and Dr. Casper.
Up in the morning after school.
So you know the answer.
That's basic biochemistry. Misspelling.
American history, practical math.
Oh, come on. They don't give you enough space for that. Whoever did this didn't put a whole lot of thought into what they need to be a DNA specialist.
But they did put a lot of thought into making the test as hard and confusing as possible.
If you were applying for a forensic science job and you had a forensic science background and you were expecting a test in forensic science, you're just about guaranteed to fail this exam.
And guess what? I did fail. Got only 48% right. And that's with the help of a bunch of DNA specialists.
I'm no CSI guy, but the evidence compels me to take a trip to Indy to investigate Mr. Science. According to Indiana State records, this is the headquarters of DNA Labworks. Looks like a apartment complex to me. Let's go up to their business suite. No answer at the headquarters, but I do find out the lab's CEO, Lawrence Reese, lives here, which eventually leads me to this office a few miles away.
Hi there. Can I come in?
My cameraman and I are invited in, carrying a Fox 2 undercover camera.
I took this test and I didn't pass it, and I was wondering who's in charge of doing this.
We're told DNA Labworks president, Lawrence Reese, isn't in.
Can I see like my tests and stuff? Like, so what I got wrong?
You would have to ask him, I'm not sure.
When's Mr. Reese come in?
I'm not sure.
I ask if they have any job openings.
If you wanted a job, you would have to at least pass that test.
Did you have to pass the test?
No, I don't work in the lab, I'm just a receptionist.
So do we have to pay? Does he have to pay again?
Yeah, you have to pay.
We leave with the promise Mr. Reese will call me immediately. Instead, Mr. Reese arrives and promptly calls the sheriff's department. But since we weren't doing anything wrong, the cops let us go, and we go back to the door.
Hi there, we're here to see Lawrence Reese. Is he in?
No,
He's not in? He's not driving that vehicle there?
Oh, no, that's an employee.
Suburban?
Funny that Suburban is registered in the name Lawrence Reese.
And that's not him that just came in the building here?
No, that's another.
What's the name of that employee that came in?
His name is Steve.
Steve? Baloney, that's Lawrence Reese. And he doesn't come out until well after dark when he thinks we're gone. And the next day, he doesn't show up until the afternoon. His employees can't even get in. Of course, by now, I've learned more about this guy. He's a 26-year-old with a bunch of court judgments against him from places like Cash in a Flash and Allied Cash Advance. Plus, remember, he's got my $129 for taking that dumb test.
Is this a scam? Come on, Lawrence, answer the questions. Is this a scam, this business you're running? Hey, Lawrence, I'm talking to you.
Perhaps DNA stands for Do Not Answer My Questions.
Isn't that the lady that was telling me that you weren't here yesterday? We know you're here. Come on, man, this is a chance to defend your company.
Or maybe DNA means defense not available.
Well, Lawrence, the results are in, and you passed my test 100%. You're in the Hall of Shame.